to think about that, because quite technically, efficiently, it helps you write the play quicker. And once you write that, once you write the first draft, then you can write the second and third.
Plays quicker and better. Brilliant.
Selves headed
James, do you
back
have a piece of advice
to Ukraine, and so I think a lot of people, you know, talking to people here, a lot of them just want to be home. Home is more important and outweighs the risk that being back home might entail. But the individual stories of suffering, the journeys that they are taking, are just so devastating, so heartbreaking. Yesterday we met a number of people, and among them a woman, a young woman, 10 years younger than me, very young she looked, with her little boy. They've already made such a long journey out of the country, and that journey now continues.
Olga is her name, and her boy Zahari. They're from the Donbass in Ukraine's far east. They were the first people we met at the station, and we didn't need to ask. Their story came tumbling out.
Мы приехали из Украины, мы эвакуировались от войны. Это очень страшно. Мы едем сейчас всеми возможными путями. Я очень прошу всех, не нужно войны. Спасите наших детей. Не надо этого делать. Выпустите наших мужей. Мы хотим жить мирно, мы хотим жить в семьях. Мы хотим работать. Не надо стрелять. Уезжайте оттуда.
By train, car, bus and on foot, they travelled across Ukraine to safety. But it's done little for her state of mind, and no wonder.
А вот в Попасной там люди выбегали, в чем было, босиком по трупам. Просто мертвые люди. И они бежали, в чем было. И мы это видим. Тут, помогите нам. Прекратите войну. Хватит. Я еще вчера молилась, чтобы эта война не началась по всему миру. Я переживаю, что и к Польше могут подойти. Потом, неважно, где мы там будем, может быть, вообще начнется катастрофа вселенская. Зачем? Куда мы? К чему мы идем? От войны к войне.
It seems that her faith has carried her this far, but what next?
Мы хотим рожать детей, мы хотим жить в мире, мы хотим что-то делать полезное. Созидать, но не разрушать.
And then, with news that their next train will leave soon, they pack up and they move on. Past others whose stories are just the same, along the concourse, down and up to platform 2. Greece is her goal, and family there. There's a final farewell, and then they're on their way. Mark Stone, Sky News in Poland.
In other news, the man accused of murdering the Conservative MP, Sir David Amess, is due to go on trial today. Ali Harbi Ali denies fatally stabbing the MP for Southend West during a constituency surgery last October. Sky's Ashna Hurunag is outside the Old Bailey. And Ashna, this was a case that absolutely shocked the local community, but of course across the whole UK.
Yeah, this morning the trial of 25-year-old Ali Harbi Ali will begin. He denies murder, but also denies researching and planning a terrorist attack for more than 2 years. The jury are being sworn in as we speak, and later this afternoon the prosecution will begin outlining their arguments. This was dating back to an incident in October last year. Sir David Amess MP, a 69-year-old, had been holding a constituency surgery in Leigh-on-Sea in Essex when he was stabbed to death while holding this constituency surgery. His death sent shockwaves right through Westminster, but also it led to MPs analysing their security. Sir David had been the MP for Southend West, a constituency there, but he had been a parliamentarian for more than 30 years, nearly 40 years. Prosecutors allege that on the day of the attack, Ali Harbi Ali travelled from his home in North London to Sir David's surgery. This is an allegation that Ali Harbi Ali denies. He also denies fatally stabbing the MP. The trial here at the Old Bailey is due to last 3 weeks.
Ashna, thank you very much. This is Sky News Today. Coming up, an upbeat start to William and Kate's tour of Belize.
The surge in prices is squeezing all our finances. With rising fuel costs, inflation, and higher food bills, the cost of living is going up and up. How will the Chancellor's spring statement help reduce the cost of living crisis? The spring statement on Sky News.
The government is confirming that they are now engaged with Russian soldiers. Air raid sirens fill the airways.
In the distance, artillery rains down.
It feels very close to the centre of... There's one.
They found this devastation to their apartment.
Lots of people live here. Quite a few of the windows of the houses have been blown out by the blast.
And it feels that it's changing each day.
I'm Greg Milam, Sky's US correspondent here in Los Angeles.
Can you go away?
We take you to the heart of stories that shape our world.
Well, the visit may have got off to a shaky start after villagers in Belize refused to let them onto their land, but the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's tour of the Caribbean is now moving to a different beat. William and Kate danced with local school children on the second day of the Platinum Jubilee tour. Our royal correspondent Rhiannon Mills is travelling with the couple and sent this report.
It was time to get this tour back on track, and what a way to do it. The moves, well, spectacular. William and Kate haven't travelled in a while, but were more than back into the swing of things. Their first full day in Belize had started at a chocolate farm.
That's not what I expected at all.
They weren't meant to come here. Their original farm stop cancelled because of protests, but the Saki family had stepped in to teach them a thing or two. The crowds, reluctant to let them go, they had others to visit in the village of Hopkins. And a warm welcome awaiting from the Garifuna community.
Mr. Royal Highness and Mrs. Royal Highness.
This whole tour is about thanking as many as possible for supporting the Queen during her Platinum Jubilee year, like 74-year-old Ida Castell.
First time those people step on this ground. From the time I born here, we always go to Dangriga or to Belize City to see his family, like his grandmother, his aunt. We have to go to Belize.
1994 was the last time that the Queen came to Belize. And with her no longer travelling, it means it's up to the younger royals to keep up that contact and maintain those relationships, which may well take a very different form in years to come. Dale McDougall from Love TV in Belize City told me that younger people are certainly starting to question those links.
There was that discussion some time ago and it naturally died off, but with the Barbados decision, I think that some people are certainly having that feeling that perhaps we should consider moving towards republic status.
Impromptu moments are what they do best, and being relatable matters more than ever. Talking about the environment, like Belize's Barrier Reef, has been important in that way. A chance to show they care about the future, whatever Belize decides that relationship should be. Rhiannon Mills, Sky News in Belize.
Let's get a look at the weather here. Mostly fine over the next few days with largely clear skies bringing warm days and chilly nights. Today it'll be quite warm for much of the south and the west, but an onshore breeze will keep it rather cool near many northeastern and southwestern coasts. Good sunny spells for most this afternoon, but many places will be cloudier than recently, and the cloud may be thick enough to bring a few light showers with Wales and the Midlands most at risk. But most places will be dry. It'll stay mainly dry overnight, but there'll be a few light showers around, mostly over southern Britain. It'll turn chilly again, but southern parts will be mainly frost-free. A few mist and fog patches are likely in the clearer areas. Tuesday will be another mostly fine day with long sunny spells after the early fog lifts, but central parts can expect the odd light shower. Most parts will be warmer than today, but it'll stay rather cool near many northeastern and southwestern coasts. You're watching Sky News. Coming up, we'll have the latest on the war in Ukraine. We're going to talk to an MP from Mariupol, the embattled strategic port city. Plus, the latest on that breaking news that a Boeing passenger jet has crashed in China with 133 people on board.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. The Power Word International presents Doing Good Outreach 2022 Free Medical Screening and Crusade. Theme, Run to Jesus Christ, Your Only Savior. Venue, Avatime Van, Wednesday 6th April 2022. Avatime Ambejofe, Thursday 7th April 2022. Avatime Biakpa, Friday 8th April 2022. Avatime Jongwefeme, Saturday 9th April 2022. Free medical screening starts at 6 a.m. each day. Crusade starts at 7 p.m. each night. To support this worthy cause financially, kindly contact us on WhatsApp 0044 7851 205626. Email admin@thepowerwordint.co.uk or donate via website at thepowerwordint.co.uk. Run to Jesus Christ, your only Savior.
Run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ, beloved. Run. Now is the time. Now is the day. Today is the accepted and appointed season for you to run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ. Hallelujah.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clemens, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The whole of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Star Radio.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. We're here. They call them London. And I said, you know, just have fun and stay blessed.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Broadcasting live online.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All around the
In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is
Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Starr Radio. Radio for the people. Vibe.
Everybody, come on, be on your feet. Yeah. Hey. Listen. Samina musumumpa animi nenam. Samina mojemuswa animi nenam. Samina mamani rumpwa animi nenam. Samina minsoshimwa animi nenamo. Sami koko manema. Yesu, obey me every more.
Okay, and that is how I want to welcome you all this morning by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. So if you on other planets as well, we welcome you all to the Monday edition of the morning show. Today is the 21st day of March, the year 2022. And it's a Monday morning. A new day, a new dawn, a new week. And I believe that you got something in stock. God, your creator, or whoever you believe in, has got something in stock for you. The question is, will you be able to achieve it? But I can tell you one thing for sure, with determination and having a bit of faith, you'll be able to do so. So, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. And I welcome you to the program. Playing in the background, something from Nana Manuel. That God is with you in whatever way that you find yourself, in whatever circumstances that you find yourself. And take this opportunity to also say good morning to my colleagues, Mr. Frank Davis, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, Kojo D, HRH Linda Palian, all the way in Cyprus. Massive good morning to you, team. And a special good morning all the way in Aberdeen to Felix. Felix, I hope you are doing very well. To Mr. Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin, and to you wonderful listeners here in the UK who listen to us each and every day. And let me say a special good morning also to the one and only Isaac Makiva. And Makiva is in the US. Mr. John Buama, Abiose, and all you wonderful listeners and the family back in the US. I salute each and every one of you. But a special good morning also goes to our listeners in the southern part of the US. Oh no, America, my apologies. And to those of you in Canada, yes, the Caribbean area, I salute each and every one of you. Good morning to you if you're in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, and on the African continent, especially my listeners in Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, South Africa,
Gambia. We salute you all. Yes, look out, because we're going to be showing forth there pretty soon. But wherever you are, I salute each and every one of you. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only. So, for those of you who are tuned in for the first time to listen to us, yeah, the program, this is how it goes on Mondays. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update as well. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe, known as Global Trotting. Then from there, we continue with updates from Nigeria at 11 o'clock, and then look at other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. At 12 o'clock, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions wherever you might be. Then at 12:30, we'll have HRH Linda Palian joining in on Career 101. And let's say, Linda, good morning to you in Cyprus. I hope you are doing well. But before the lines are open, if you have any suggestions, you have any issue, you have any contribution, you can put it on our Facebook page. And I promise you one thing for sure, that you know me for, I'll make sure I read them. You can put it on our Facebook, on our YouTube channel as well. You can post them there. It's all interactive there. So once again, morning to you. And I want to salute all presenters on Starr Radio UK. Empress Regina all the way in Ghana. I hope the weather is not too hot for you once again. But I salute you all. Past and present presenters on Starr Radio UK. Each and every one of you. David West, good morning to you and to your lovely wife, Jenny. And to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy in the house. And I'm saying morning to you, Francis. Okay, no. Now let's crack on. Nyame beye, God will do it. Okay, so the quote for the day says, if you do not change your decisions today, you can never change the quality of your life tomorrow. If you do not change your decisions today, you can never change the quality of your life tomorrow. How true is that in these times as well? Okay, let's move on straight to the weather front. It looks like, we enjoyed some sunny weather yesterday. Is it going to persist, or we're going to have a change? But let me tell you assuredly, for those of you in London and the southeast of England and the whole of the UK, it's going to be sunny though. But when it comes to details, when it comes to London and the southeast of England, this afternoon it will be mostly dry with plenty of sunshine along with variable amounts of cloud. A small chance of the odd light shower is expected as well. A mild day expected as well. And then this evening, tonight, we'll likely clear sky. We'll have clear skies, but a few patches of cloud will drift in at times, dry for most, with just the odd isolated showers developing as well. When it comes to the temperature is going to be 17 degrees. The lowest is going to be 7 degrees. Pollen level is going to be low. UV level is going to be moderate. Pollution is going to be moderate. Sunset 18:15 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 06:02 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast for you today, Monday, the 21st day of March 2022. I'm going to take a quick break, and once we come back, I'll bring you the travel update. Don't you worry, Nyame, I will bring you the rest of that tune in a moment. But now, let's take a quick break and bring you the travel updates.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check it out. Keep your eyes on the road.
This is Radio UK.
Well, keep your eyes on the roads, I'll keep you navigated. I promise I'm on the Starr Radio UK travel update. I come to where every weekday from 10:40. It's now exactly 10:44. So how's your travels like this morning, wherever you are listening to us from across the globe? It doesn't matter that you're not in the UK. You can share with us because we have worldwide listeners who will benefit from that. Okay, so when it comes to the London Underground, apart from the Northern Line that's got park closures until mid-May, all the others have got good service. Victoria, Waterloo and City, and every one of them, TFL Rail, DLR, London Tramlin, good service there as well. But on the London Overground, there are changes to Stratford to Richmond Clapham Junction trains time from Monday the 21st to the 24th of March, that is Thursday. The The 2036 train from Stratford to Clapham Junction will terminate at Wilson Junction at 21:18. The 2159 train from Stratford to Richmond will terminate at Camden Road at 22:18. And the following trains from Clapham Junction to Stratford will not run. 2147, 2203, 2234 are not going to run. The 2317 train from Richmond to Wilson Junction will also not run. But you know what? Continue to keep your eyes on the roads, because as we say all the time, we will keep you posted as and when there are any changes. I'm moving on straight to the riverbank this morning. Apart from the Woolwich Ferry that is still suspended, all the others have got good service. I'm moving on to the National Rail. On the National Rail, East Midlands Railway has got special service. Gatwick Express, Great Northern, Great Anglia, ScotRail, and Southern have all got special service. That aside, all the others, good service. Keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. I will keep you navigated. I promise. Our bond to the final segment of the travel update at the major roads in London. Yes, A1 has got closures, A12 closures, A316 closures, A4 closures, Central London Red Routes closures, North Circular A406 closures, and South Circular A25 closures there as well. So all that I will tell you now is check before you leave. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes on the road.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. The Power Word International presents Doing Good Outreach 2022 Free Medical Screening and Crusade. Theme, Run to Jesus Christ, Your Only Savior. Venue, Avatimne Van, Wednesday 6th April 2022. Avatimne Ambejofe, Thursday 7th April 2022. Avatimne Biakpa, Friday 8th April 2022. Avatimne Jomgwefemne, Saturday 9th April 2022. Free medical screening starts at 6 a.m. each day. Crusade starts at 7 p.m. each night. To support this worthy cause financially, kindly contact us on WhatsApp 0044 7851 205626. Email admin@thepowerwordint.co.uk or donate via website at thepowerwordint.co.uk. Run to Jesus Christ, your only Savior.
Run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ, beloved. Run. Now is the time. Now is the day. Today is the accepted and appointed season for you to run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ. Hallelujah.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
You know, you wanna dance with me, okay? Hey. Masumunkwa animi nenam Semena moje muswa animi nenam Semena mama nemunkwa animi nenam Semena minsoshimwa animi nenamo Semi koko manima.
Okay, welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to what? 10 minutes to the top of the hour. That means it is now time for Global Trotting. Wasn't enjoying or playing the music in the background. Yami Beye, God would do it. He's able to do all things. And my special greetings to my lovely listeners in Ukraine, Dr. Kiche and the family, and as many of you who are still there, those who have become what homeless, refugees. I pray for the mercies of God for you all. Okay, now let's look at the stories making the round across the globe. Global Trotting. Well, when it comes to the UK front, Spring Booster Jab opens to over 75s in England. Experts say it will help keep the most vulnerable protected against severe illness amid rising infections. Now, you know, when the war started, I was like, it looks like COVID is over. But information coming through said that COVID is looming like no man's business. But hey, if you are 75 and over, yep, go for your spring booster. Now somebody says that COVID trapped me at home for more than 7 months. But a vaccine, the first time one has been used to treat COVID, set Ian Lester free. Well, that's an interesting one. And a very sad story. A student has been found dead. Student found dead was irreplaceable, says family. Relatives of Sabita Tanwani say she was ripped away from those who loved her so very dearly. You know, I don't know what goes on in the minds of people who, when they are in a relationship with somebody and maybe the relationship, buckles down or breaks up, and then they become so mental and go gun blazing, killing the people. I don't know what goes on with that. I don't know what kind of punishment, because, well, you didn't create the person. It doesn't matter. No matter what investment or whatever thing that you've done, you think that you have the right, you own the person. Nobody owns nobody. You get it? Who knows? Maybe you can get a better person than the one that you have. And if you are forcing yourself, one thing that I say all the time, you cannot force someone to love you, can you? No way. Those forced love, that thing is the fake one, and then it causes just a matter of time, everything that surfaces, and then you see that it's not working at all. But when there is that amicable thing, you give, I give, it works. All right. So no faking there. Well, I know some people have said that, well, fake it until you make it. But when it comes to love, you cannot do that. Well. But a sad story there that happened yesterday. And 5 people have been charged over violence before FA Cup match. Tables and chairs were thrown at bar before Nottingham Forest played Leicester City in February. Yes, we'll be having Mr. Olayomi joining pretty soon at 11 o'clock, as I did say, or just after that. But wherever you are, continue to listen to us, because we got a lot more coming your way from the Global Trotting. And the Chancellor must do more for poorest, says charity. One Debt Charity is calling Rishi Sunak to increase benefits in line with the rising cost of living. What do you think about that? So coming your way from Starr in the UK. Alright, now moving on to other parts of the world as well to look at some of the stories making the rounds. Ukraine rejects Russia's surrender deadline for Mariupol. Now, Ukraine refuses a Russian demand to lay down arms in Mariupol, where constant bombardment has created a humanitarian crisis. A Chinese plane carrying 132 people has crashed in hills. The Boeing 737 crashed in a mountainous area in southern China, and fears no one survived. We're bringing you more on that front. Russian protesters appear to march back Russian trucks. The footage shows civilians protesting against Russian occupation in Kherson on Sunday. A U.S. Supreme Court Clarence Thomas in hospital. The 73-year-old, who is the longest serving member of the High Court, is being treated for an infection. This one coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And in the US as well, worshippers stop axe attacker at Canada Mosque. Police have charged a 24-year-old man in what they allege was a hate-motivated incident. So coming your way from Starr Radio UK, peaceful coexistence. Where is it? Where is the love? And a U.S. military plane has crashed in Norway. All 4 passengers are killed in the accident, which involved a U.S. Marine Corps aircraft. Discrimination closer after U.S. vote. U.S. House passes legislation aimed at putting an end to race-based discrimination over hair. Then Abramovich's jet among 100 planes grounded by U.S. The U.S. has grounded 100 Russian-affiliated aircraft believed to have violated U.S. export controls. Oh my, oh my, oh my. When would all this end? Then we have a bit of peace. Well, a British U.S. national held in Iran is on hunger strike. The Foreign Office says it will continue to push for Mr. Tabas to be allowed to return to the UK. And Zelensky has been going on his path of reaching out to foreign governments. Now Zelensky challenges Israeli neutrality over invasion. The choice is yours to make, and you must then live with your answer, he tells Israeli MPs. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Well, Russia is denying that cosmonauts arrived in Ukraine careless. The decision to ditch standard Russian uniforms was interpreted as a show of solidarity for Ukraine. But in actual fact, so what do you think is going on there? What do you think is going on there? How many Russians are in support of what Putin is doing at the moment? In Australia, demonstrations seem to be going on despite being half a world away. Ukrainian Australians say the war feels unbearably close. Assange have been denied permission to challenge extradition. A Supreme Court spokesman says the WikiLeaks founder failed to raise an arguable point of law. The point of law that he wants to raise is that, look, I don't want to be extradited to the US to face anything. What more do you want him to say? It's all Starr Radio UK. Sri Lanka starts a UN patient on human rights. President Rajapaksa is resisting efforts to investigate alleged war crimes and improve a dismal right record. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK on Global Trotting. And when it comes to the African continent, ECOWAS envoy leaves Mali without a deal on poll date. The military government says it regrets the lack of compromise at this stage. So what do they want? All they want is that let's return to civilian rule. Meanwhile, what they came in to address have not actually, they might not have actually seen to it yet. I will bring you more on that. The handful Nigerian who can change into cats. Interesting. One man is challenging Nigerians believe in magic after a wave of killings that has gripped the country. Kenya road accidents and deaths are on the rise. Africa Eye reveals cracks in Kenya's road safety system. This all coming away from Starr Radio UK.
I believe in you, God.
Well, still on the African continent, thousands of Tunisian protesters against President Said. And then moving on to Ghana as well. A Sherman donation brouhaha. The facts according to police and Bakavamo, after he was granted bail, decided that he want to be, raising funds or be donating some money or to feed the people behind bars in a Sherman. However, they say now, well, if a naked person says that it's going to give you a cloth to cover yourself, you ask yourself the question, where is it going to be getting it from? But well, there's somebody who, now we're living in a time where you can do crowdfunding or whatever. He's got followers as well. So if he says he's going to feed them, who knows? If a blind man says I'm going to stone you, you might not know. Might have got his foot on a stone. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Public lectures and flood analysis can solve city depreciation. That's what Nimoy Thompson is saying. This all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Ken Oferiata to communicate measures taken by government to mitigate economic hardship. It'll be interesting to know what exactly he has got up his sleeve. Well, apart from the city, the levy, what do they call it? The E-levy. All right then. So wherever you are, don't you go away, Starr Radio UK. Now when we have Mr. Olayomi on, we're going to be like, please shoot YouTuber Lagos mob chases cops and naps one. YouTuber Rodna Okoba has accused the police of shooting him during a confrontation at Mile 2 bus stop in Amungo Odufin area of Lagos State. And the APC convention, Southwest governors rejects Buhari's allies as secretary, vice chair. Now the question is, what is going to happen next? Is the APC going to disintegrate? What will be their chances when it comes to the 2023 election if it has to take place? Now, President Muhammad Buhari is expecting to visit Lagos on Tuesday to unveil the plaque inaugurating Dangote fertilizer plant and inspect the Lekki Seaport. So this and a lot more going to be coming your way. Let me say a massive good morning to Amayo Ajeragene. Amayo, I hope you are doing very well and I hope you had a very nice weekend. Let's enjoy the rest of this music and I'll be with you. Stay tuned, but share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones.
I believe. Say me come and yes, I believe in you, God.
In your car, at home,
on your smartphone, online 24/7.
The best radio show. The best radio show.
It doesn't matter what you're going through, God will do it. If I never walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Even if I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
All around the world. The best radio show.
Everybody say me na moje munswa. Say me na mama mumpo. Say me na ben searching moi.
Yeah, God will do it for you by Nana Manuel. And let me say Happy New Week to you, Amaya, as well, and to all our lovely listeners. Amaya says Happy New Week to you all. Well, we hope that this week brings us good fortunes, you know. As the people of faith will be saying, decree and declare something. A new week, a new me, good tidings of great joy. Good news coming your way as well. But well, it's now time for us to bring you the update from Nigeria, because we've got the one and only Mr. Olayomi who has joined in as well. So Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's go to our North London studios where we have Mr. Olayomi Koiki. And let me say, Yomi, good morning to you.
Well, it is a very good morning to you back in the studio, Mr. Archie. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers on all the platforms. And we welcome you once again to Starr Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And we're just about a few seconds so that we can connect to all the other platforms as usual, because we have people waiting to listen to us as usual on the morning show, which comes on air every Wednesday on Starr Radio UK.
Okay, so the morning show will come your way every weekday, and then we have the Niger Voices who will come your way every Wednesday at 18 hours as well, with the one and only Mr. Olayomi Koiki. But if you have any stories or any issues or any contribution to the program whilst we are on, you can post your comments there, and I promise you one thing for sure, we are definitely going to be touching on it. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, Yomi, so how was your weekend, sir?
Well, the weekend was, kind of a bit stressful because I've been under the duvet for a couple of hours. So I was kind of just taking a bit of more relax, especially, due to the weather that keeps fluctuating. But we're back again as usual, doing what we love to do best. And this is what we do to make sure that our listeners, do not miss what is happening, especially, Nigerians at home and Nigerians outside the country that are concerned of the current situation as we speak in Nigeria. So it's good to be back, and I can only say Starr Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Nice to have you back. Nice to have you back. We are glad that you're feeling much better. Listeners, wherever you are, it is time for updates from Nigeria. Amayo says, good morning, Fearless Koiki, aka White Lion. That's our White Lion for you. Wherever you are listening to us from as well, you can post your comments, whatever it is, and I promise you I'm going to read that. But let's go to the story that's making the rounds. I thought that maybe after the NSAS protests and everything, the police might have learned lessons, and therefore when they want to go rampaging, they will think about it, or the authorities will think about it before they go on that path. But it doesn't look like that was what was happening. For a YouTuber to now go on YouTube to say that, well, I've been shot at mile 2, it's quite worrying. What is that story about? Okay, your sound, Yomi.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, you're quite right. When you look at the current situation, especially in Nigeria today, the question you should then ask yourself is, on whose side is the security operatives when it comes to protecting lives and property? I was able to have a 2 hours conversation with the parent of the young girl that was killed on the bus rapid transit in Lagos. I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah,
story.
I remember that. Yeah.
She is 22. She's meant to be 23 this year. The parent granted us an interview exclusive late last night at about 11 p.m. local time in Nigeria, up till about 1 p.m. UK time. That will be about 2 p.m. Nigeria time. A 74-year-old mother, an 84-year-old father have lost the life of. Have lost a daughter because of the insecurity in Nigeria. When you talk about the police, one thing that was mentioned during that conversation was when they reported the crime to the police in Nigeria, they were actually told that the daughter has gone to sleep with a man.
Oh wow!
And the daughter will come back after she has enjoyed herself.
Oh wow!
When they went about more than 5 different police stations in Nigeria, and this is the younger sister, talking to me, and the brother. The brother took the case upon himself as an CID, if you want to put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So the question then is, do we still see a situation after the NSAS that the police care less about the citizen? Quite right. The sister said one of the police officer, a female, could not even care less about the information they were trying to give out. Even though I was sent that video and we played that video yesterday, that was the last audio that she did, which was a video she sent to our friend while she was on that vehicle. The question you've asked is, with this latest killing of these young YouTubers, what is the crime of young Nigerians in Nigeria today? What is the crime for you to have an iPhone? What is the crime to have an iPad? What is it to have a gadget that is used in a way to either enhance your business or enhance what you do as a Nigerian? Police shot a YouTuber, Lagos mob chases cops, and nabs one is the headline. Let's go into that story. YouTuber Rodney Okoba has accused the police of shooting him during a confrontation at my 12 bus stop in Amuwo-Odofin area of Lagos State, not too far away from where Anyola Bamishe, the young 22-year-old that was killed on the BRT. But the parent also made us know that there was another vehicle, a Jeep, that was driving behind that BRT that stopped when the young girl was thrown out of the bus. And the next day that the police saw that body, even though people were saying this body came out of a BRT, the police rather put her as an unknown person. The question again is, for how long must Nigerians suffer, especially the youth? Okoba said he had just aligned out from a taxi along his dad when a policeman asked where they were going. He explained that the cop accused him of being rude and ordered him to enter the police van. I would not believe that he was rude. I believe that the police was just trying to do exactly what they've done in the past: extortion, killing of innocent Nigeria. This is Star Radio UK. It is 13 minutes past 11. If you've just joined us, sit down, have a cup of coffee, because there's a lot to discuss again this morning, the 21st of March, 2022.
Well, listen, it's quite a worrying story from there. Somebody will tell you that, well, when it comes to this part of the world, too, we have the police, not doing things that they're supposed to do, or we're acting the way they're supposed to act, and therefore we have some of such things happening here. I mean, yesterday or over the weekend, there's a young lady who has died because his boyfriend ex has strangled her, and she's lost her life. Okay, but the question that I want to find out from you is, how equipped are the Nigerian police? How equipped are they? Maybe, in Ghana we had some shameful incident that was happening a few years back when you go report a case to the police, and maybe they'll tell you that now you have to provide your own vehicle to take them to the scene for them to go and see that for you. So a poor person or somebody, a vulnerable person, cannot just go to the police and go and report something and the police will act on it. They will have to wait. Maybe if you don't have money to hire a taxi or something to get them there, that means that you're not going to be getting anything. So how equipped are the police in Nigeria?
Well, if you remember, after the NSAS, a lot of information started coming out, especially after the 100,000 petition here in UK, at the Parliament. We now knew that the British government was also, supporting and funding, the equipment of the Nigerian police. And we can also say that after the, the visitation of Nikki Ford, the Minister for Africa, to Nigeria, also confirmed that they will also be giving some training, to some of our police officers. How equipped are the Nigerian police? I would say that rather than being equipped, the money that is meant for them has been squandered. The money that is meant for them is no longer available. And that is why on the 26th, which is just about 5 days from now, if care is not taken, we might be seeing Nigerian police go on strike as well. That is the information that came out, some last week. And then, in terms of Nigerian presidency wants Inspector General of Police against impending police strike. This is just coming just 3 hours ago. Following plans by the personnel of the Nigerian police force to embark on an industrial action, the presidency has warned the Inspector General of Police, IGP Mr. Usman Baba, that it will not tolerate such act. But in a move to assuage the feelings of the police officer, the IGP has assured that the contentious salary increment, the bond of contention announced by the federal government some months ago, will be paid with the match salary. However, the personnel spearheading the planned industrial action this Thursday lent this action, industrial action, this day lent as about to proceed with the exercise slated for March 26. So it's not just about their salary that is not being paid, but they are not also well trained, neither are they well equipped. Just as, like I said, the family of Bamishe that reported a crime of that magnitude of a missing person on the public transport of Lagos State, rather than having concern and sympathy for the family was told she's just gone to one of her boyfriends to enjoy herself. She will be back home anytime soon.
It's a sad one. It's a sad one. Amayo says that the Nigerian government is just shying away from the truth. Revolution began, then end SARS movement is coming soon. Now, he goes on further to say this is Sorosoke generation. It will not be business as usual. A luta continua, Victoria Aseta. Okay, yeah. I don't know who Victoria Aseta is, but I know Yomi might know that, and we'll give you a bit of details to that.
That's just a kind of a slang. Sorosoke was what end up after the NSAS saga, where people Sorosoke means speak up.
Okay.
So Sorosoke. This is a generation that is not going to hide their feelings. They will come out and speak. And like the family did say, that they were able to get more information on the social media. It was through the social media that they knew that the body of their loved one, that even undies was already removed, of this young girl that was killed on that BRT. The undies that she was putting on was no longer with her. That shows that she was probably raped and then used for ritual cases. Her mother also says that the clothes that she sewed for her, was not with her when they found the body, neither the phone that she was using to communicate. And just like Ibukun Ogufeniti said here, they want to control our life by all means. And that is why, this generation is saying it's either, the country goes into disintegration for those that believe that self-determination is the only option. But for those that even want a one Nigeria, will prefer a Nigeria that works for them.
Of course. Amayo says a nation where bribery and corruption thrives do not need healing but total overhaul. Now, revolution now, referendum now, freedom now, Yoruba nation now, Biafra nation now, other nations now. Also, he's talking about the total disintegration of Nigeria. But when it comes to disintegration, it looks like the APC are disintegrating. Though the president has the support or his backing for a candidate, the others are saying no. So what is happening in the APC?
Well, like I did say in February, remember that I believe APC will eventually break into multiple political parties, or some of them might end up leaving the party. Buhari is back to Nigeria after 2 weeks of medical treatment here in the United Kingdom, where a lot of Nigerians do not have the same access, but people will say, 7 years now, he should have been able to fix the Asura clinic where he can get that medical treatment. APC convention, the Southwest governor. Who are the Southwest governor? These are the people from the Yoruba section. Have rejected Buhari allies as secretary vice chair. We know that their convention is meant to be coming up this month. That's if it comes up at all. The Southwest politician from the Congress for Progressive Change bloc in the APC. So you can see that they already have another bloc inside the main political party. Are set to lose out at the national convention following their rejection by the governors in the region. The defunct CPC. Remember, this was part of the people that came together to form the APC. The CPC bloc is made up of politicians who joined Muhammadu Buhari to merge with the APC to form APC in 2013 before he won that election in 2015 that took off Ebele Jonathan. According to the former Minister of Communication Adebayo Shitu, who is running for the National Secretary of the APC, and also the Executive Director Niger Delta Power Holding Ife Oyedele, were being resisted by the APC governors in the Southwest. So what we can say in a nutshell is there is a hole in the party already, just as the Vice President told us some few months back that Nigeria itself is cracking. And I believe, just again as Pastor Enoch Adeboye says, not until you break the egg, you cannot make an omelette.
Well, maybe you throw whatever it is, you have to break it before you can make the omelette, because you need everything to splash about to do it. All right then, listeners, Starr Radio UK, Mr. Olayomi Koike in our North London studios are bringing you updates from Nigeria. Amayo says APC came in by propaganda. They will never get it right. It's game over for them. But let me ask you a question. Let's digress a bit. Now, when it comes to maybe the losing of face of the APC, do you think that maybe the PDP will be a party that when they come into power, some way, somehow will appease the people from the south, and therefore, some way, somehow, the call for by various groups saying that we want to leave might come down? Do you think that might help?
Well, the question is, do people trust any of these two political parties? As much as a lot of people are saying, let us go get our PVC ready so that we can use that to chase any of these political parties. But I'm not sure whether they have, the party or those that will be able to lead, especially knowing what PDP did in Nigeria for 16 years. The mismanagement of the PDP is something that is still having a big impact. Project that should have been executed, money that should have been used, to fund, the average Nigerian today. The insecurity also started, while they were in power. As much as they are also complaining about the APC government, that they would then turn things around. I've been seeing, the big player maneuvering around, talking, moving from one end to the other. My question to Nigerian then is, are they still going to have trust in the same political party that pull them out, that pull them into so much, crisis that they are facing today? Both parties have not really projected to the millions of Nigerians out there. Nigerians do not trust APC anymore, not because of Buhari, but because of the poverty and the allowing of foreigners to invade Nigeria. Because almost everybody now is worried. Just again, like I continue to talk about the Bamishe family that says they're concerned that if their daughter can be killed on the Lagos transport, what about the other areas that you cannot move from one end to the other? The question then would then come back to those that are demanding the self-determination and a peaceful disintegration of Nigeria, where Nigeria can be able to now go back into who they are as the indigenous people, and that they will be able to look after everybody rather than this big country that can hardly fix, the basic things of life. So, in just about our countdown on Star Radio UK, which I'm going to pop up in just about a few minutes, a lot of us know that Nigeria is going through a very difficult time. How Nigeria will survive within the next almost 400 days before the election is something that we are all monitoring, and Star Radio UK will continue to give feedback on that.
Well, listeners, Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. Let me read a bit of comments that have come through here. Amayo says the present government is vampire in disguise. Okay, that's an interesting one. And then Niyi Jibril say this is the fallen of Nigeria. Yoruba nation now, no going back. And it gives a thumbs up as well. Amayo goes on to say, what is the difference between 6.5 dozen APC and PDP are same shameless politicians milking the country dry, break it up to save lives? But let me ask you there, Yomi. Interestingly, we see the APC being stiff-necked, let me put it that way, for lack of words, and therefore are not giving citizens the chance to say, let's go for a referendum to determine whether we actually want to leave or we want to belong. Okay, so do you see PDP maybe being from a softer side, okay, coming in to say, okay, yes, we've won the election, we want to listen to the people, like we had David Cameron do that. Look, I promise you that if you vote for us and we come into power, we will give you the option to go for a referendum, and if you want to leave, you leave. If you want to stay, do you think that the PDP will be, chanting something like that for the election?
Well, I think this has, and just like Olatunji, our professor, says that I can see a newly formed political party winning the 2023 presidential election. This would be a great shock to the APC and PDP party. Again, the question you asked is until we know what their manifesto will be and what there will be input in that manifesto, whether that would then hew millions of Nigerians that they will restructure the country. But remember that this has been what they've been telling some of these social political groups like the Afenifere, the Ohanze, that allow us to continue and support this party, and we will give you the structure of Nigeria that you want. Since 1999 till date, we are still talking about this restructure that has never come back, this restructure of the country, even to go back to the 1963, even if we are not going back to the 1960. So what the politicians have done, in a corny way, is to, is what we call the deceit, to some of these political group that give us that your support, because the reason they're asking for that support is the support they have is that means the masses and the followers of these social political group, and that is why people are now also questioning some of these social political groups like the Ohanze, and also the Afenifere, that have been kind of a spokes, for the Yoruba is Afenifere and the Ohanze for the Igbo. So it seems more people are now saying they are not really aligned to this, to the current situation of things, and it will be rather, that most people now doesn't want to listen to them anymore as their leader or the spokesperson for them. They are still there, but more people now are listening to more other alternative, where somebody like Professor Banji Akintoye came out and say the only option that can move Nigerian forward is for the Yoruba, the indigenous people, for us to survive and live a peaceful life, is to come out of Nigeria. And that is also similar to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. But again, the question will be, as the election is getting closer, is the table going to hold in 2023?
Well, listeners, quite an interesting one when it comes to the political front and the election for 2023. That Yomi will be telling you the time that is left, or the Star Radio UK timing on that election. But Amayo says, appoint a Dula as class captain. You will see the rascality on the air. a case study of Nigeria. So he's saying that they've done a study and they think that no matter who you appoint, rascality will be in there. Thank you very much for all your comments by the Star Radio UK. In our North London studios, Mr. Olayomi, I'm Archie here in the South Studios. Now let's look at the president's visit to the Lekki area. Now, would he? I mean, he's going to virtually lay a plaque for the what do you call it? My apologies. Let me get that right. Expected to visit Lagos on Tuesday to unveil the plaque inaugurating Dangote's fertilizer plant, which is a good one because we know we're having a problem with fertilizer shortage because of what is happening in Ukraine at the moment. So something good there. But he will visit to inspect the Lekki seaport area as well. Is it going to somehow come to where the Lekki toll gate is, and is it going to make any comments about that upon all the the report that has come through? We've not heard anything. I mean, we remember when it came through and Sonny Olu did make his statement that he's going to come out with whatever, but we've not heard anything yet. Is he going to make any statement on that front?
Before we go into what the president will say or not say, especially now that they've also opened the Lekki toll gate where the killings of innocent Nigerians took place in 2020. Over 100 people were killed and justice is not done yet. Let's first advise those diaspora that probably have a flight to check out from Nigeria tomorrow. The advisory warning from the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria FAN wishes to notify passengers and the general public that the newly built international terminal at the Muritala Mohammed Airport will be commissioned on Tuesday tomorrow. Consequently, all travelers and airport users are advised to get to the airport earlier than usual due to the heightened security and logistics arrangement on ground. The authority apologized for any inconvenience this might cause. So if you're traveling out of Nigeria tomorrow, you have been told to at least give 5 good hours so that the current situation does not have impact. Now let's go back to these commission and this Dangote that Buhari will be visiting as well tomorrow. What we can say is President Muhammadu Buhari that have just arrived back in Nigeria after his medical treatment in United Kingdom will be in Lagos. To the Dangote refinery, we do know is still in the stages, it's in the process. But part of that will be commissioned tomorrow, and likewise, Buhari will be also heading to the other area, which is the seaport that is also in Lagos. But you did ask the question whether Buhari would visit these the Lekki toll gate. This is not the first time after that incident that Buhari will be in Lagos. Buhari, was in Lagos, I believe, just before he traveled as well. So that means that if he was meant to have said anything literally on that, he would have done so by visiting that during his last visit, to Lagos State. But I don't think he will be visiting that area. But again, we don't know, the itinerary of the president tomorrow to Lagos State. But what we do know is that he will be at the Dangote fertilizer plant, and he will also inspect the new seaport in Lagos. The president's scheduled visit to Lagos is coming after, like I said, he arrived into the country, on the 6th of March, following his trip to London. We know that Mr. Buhari is expected to take a factory tour of the Dangote fertilizer facility, an inspection trip of about 650,000 BPO oil refinery and 100,000 TPA, as well as a tour of the newly established Lekki Deep Sea Port, according to the schedule. So we will monitor that tomorrow. But the most important thing is, when the president is coming to Lagos, almost everywhere is completely locked down. And for those that will be traveling, so that you do not miss your flight, we advise 5 hours into the trip to the airport to be on the safe side.
Talk less the time that is going to take you to get to the airport itself. Well, listeners, it is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, Yomi, what are some of the other stories making the round, sir?
Once again, a very good morning and welcome to Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London as we look into some of the other headlines coming out at exactly 34 minutes past the hour. Again, this morning, the Kaduna APC gubernatorial aspirant Dajito receives Prince and welcome in Zaria. The zoning, Kogi APC vows to reject the party arrangement. Like I said, there's trouble already, within the political party of the APC. A man laments freezing of account for 8 months, urged CBN to investigate action. Let's take a look into that story a little bit. We do know that, sometimes issues happen, but what is the story behind these? According to an ICT consultant, Mr. Nosun Okoye has lamented the freezing of his account across all Nigerian banks by the Central Bank of Nigeria since September 2021. Okoye said one of his banks, Starling, revealed to him that they wrote the Apex Bank to place his bank verification number on a watch list after a certain amount was withdrawn from his account by unknown person. He lamented that even after the system glitch, which caused the debit of on his account, was resolved, the CBN was yet to lift the ban on his account, causing him untold hardship. So yes, this individual account tend to have been compromised, but even though after that has been resolved, 8 months down the line, he's still suffering for the negligence again of a system that is meant to be working. Let's take a look at the business this morning. So many Nigerians are still facing the difficulty, especially with the with the crude oil and the PMS as we speak. Nigerian political system, a criminal process, is the headline coming under this business section this morning. Almost everyone believes that Nigeria as it is, so many corruption, so many individuals have also used Nigeria as a way of also establishing their own corrupt system. According to Shegun James and Fumi Ogundari, the managing director and the chief executive officer of Pensions Alliance Limited, Mr. Funsho Doherty, has described Nigerian political system as a criminal process which must change for Nigeria to move forward in a committee of nations. And again, a lot of those that disagree with Nigeria will say, rather than let this move forward, let us put a full stop to it and get through with the self-determination and the Yoruba nation, the Biafra nation, and likewise the Arewa nation, and we can deal with this criminal process that is already taking so many lives. According to Doherty, who stated this while fielding questions from newsmen yesterday in Lagos, lamented that voter appetite, which plagued the last election, may repeat itself in 2023 unless the political class rejigs the way politics is being played in the country, saying right now it is more like a commercial or criminal process. He insisted since the political class have a critical role to play in shaping the minds of voters and in demanding for the best, they must shape up now in the interest of the country. He compared Nigeria to Singapore and other developed countries, asking if those countries are smarter or more endowed in terms of resources. Doherty was not proud about the quality of leadership in Nigeria, saying the country ought to have a critical mass of people in leadership who should drive the right outcome. He listed some of the metrics for measuring the quality of a nation, including quality education, which Star Radio UK have talked about so many times. Healthcare, even the president does not believe in the healthcare system in Nigeria. He's just returned to Nigeria on the 6th of March after spending 2 weeks here in London for his own medical treatment. Low rate of inflation. As we know, even though the government said about 15.7% is the inflation, I believe it's more than that if we double it up. Quality of life of the people. As Nigerians, hardly anybody have what they call quality of life. Most Nigerians are waking up on a daily basis knowing that they have no quality of life, but they are praying in a miraculous way, just as the family of Anyanwola would have prayed, but not realizing that a system was not there to save their daughter in what could have been the safest public transport in Nigeria. Resources, among others, saying that with this for metrics, it is not something to be proud of in Nigeria. And just before I come back again to you in the studio, because this alone is more than enough to discuss, as we know we're out of time already. Doherty asked, why is it that Nigeria has been faced with a shortage of leadership? What we say we have gained in the past 25 years since we had a democratic elected leadership. He expressed his concern about the quality of leadership being practiced in the country, describing it as money politics. Exactly the reason why more Yoruba people are saying we don't want to be part of this money politics, like the Tinubu that cannot account for where his wealth is. Nobody knows his real age. Just like Dele Momodu that also wants to contest for the election, but told us categorically that during the election some few years back, during that MK Abiola, he flew down to Switzerland, somewhere around there, and he was told by the person he visited that Nigeria president is about selection. Just like Kingsley Moghalu, just like any one of them that are now portraying a new election, the question is it not better to have a referendum and decide the fate of Nigerians rather than putting Nigerians in what we know was a creation in 1914 of the amalgamation that a lot of people say has already expired. Star Radio UK, your finest African Caribbean radio station in London at 11:41 a.m., 21st of March 2022. I'll come back to you, Mr. Archie, in the studio.
Yes, listeners, Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria, from our North London studios, and Archie in the South studios here. Now, Amayo says Nigeria political system is indeed a criminal system. Nigeria is a joke. The system is for the few, not for the many. But I'm asking the question this morning, should any of the parties come out and in their manifesto declare that, look, if you vote for us, we'll give you the opportunity to go for a referendum to determine whether you want to be part of Nigeria or we want the country to disintegrate. How would you take it? How would you love that as well? Will you vote for this person, or as we've said, we know that they promise and they fail to deliver, and therefore you will not? But if somebody comes up, because none of them have said anything of the sort, so should they come out, or let's say even Sowere's party come out to say that we want that to happen, so I will offer a referendum when I come into power? Do you think that will lure more people to vote for him? We want to know more about that. Put your comments or send your comments through and let us hear that. But it is Star Radio UK. Let's go to the social media for what is happening on the social media. Yomi.
I'm just going to take a couple of comment coming again. Olatunji Professor says President Buhari is just a lame dog. President is looking forward to 2023. He already said he will be returning back, to Daura. Also, he says the three arms of government in Nigeria is very shaky indeed. Afolabi Williams says only what we need is a Yoruba nation. So let's go to what is trending on the social media this morning. Once again, it is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:42 a.m. We know that I saw Tinubu was trending, and I believe it's got to do with some of the Super Eagles, the former Super Eagles squad that have now endorsed Tinubu as a presidential candidate, and there was also a football match. But that doesn't go well with a lot of Nigerians, as also Sowore lambast hunger-driven ex-Super Eagles player over substitute endorsement of Tinubu. This is coming from Omoyede Sowore. Also, Oladele says, who will you prefer to vote for as president of Nigeria? If you have these two options left, retweet for Tinubu, like for Osibajo. It seems the like is gone more than the retweet. Osibajo has not declared yet, but there is indication that anytime soon he might be declaring. How that will be sucked in with the APC is something that we would have to monitor. It's a shame that the governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, since the death of Bamiche Anyanwola, has not even had the gut to pay a courtesy visit to the family. But there he is on the pitch with Tinubu celebrating his 70th birthday, that people are still disputing that age itself. This is Babajide Sanwo-Olu say it was exciting moment of football history today during a novelty match to celebrate the 70th birthday anniversary of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at Mobolaji Johnson Arena. I would have loved him to go and visit the family that said to me yesterday, an 84-year-old man, that he still wants to see the governor because they have reason to tell him why they want justice for their daughter. Lagos is just Alausa, where the governor stays, to where the family stays is less than an hour, even if he has to go with helicopter. But there he is. He's not really interested to say to visit this family. Kanu, we all know him. Kanu is one of the the footballer during the Arsenal game. I'm sure Arsenal team. He also was there endorsing Tinubu, but he says, I am only supporting Tinubu for his generosity because he did supported me some 22 years ago, thereabout, when I set up my art foundation. Again, Adetutu Balogun at Tutsi 22. Ebina continued to spit on the grave of victims of Lekki massacre because Tinubu was generous to you. So now they're responding to Kano Inwanko that continue to spit on the grave of the victims because Tinubu was generous to you. And the last one is Kelvin Odens at Mr. Odens. I don't want a Tinubu presidency. I will not support a Tinubu presidency. But if someone else wants to, please, they should go ahead. If you want to talk about why Tinubu shouldn't be president, please go ahead. But stop vilifying those supporting him. It never makes sense to me. So you can see the balance there, that even as much as people are against this former ex-Nigerian super egos, some are saying we live in a freedom of speech, just like Sorosoke. Just like Kanu Nwako says, Tinubu did me a favor 20 years ago. I will do him a favor by also doing the same thing. But there's one particular one among them which is called Taribo West. Taribo West was one of a defender for Nigeria. I'm not sure whether he will be able to defend this time around because his last prophecy, according to him being a pastor, said that Donald Trump will be the president of Nigeria. I hope he's not saying anything that will not bring Tinubu to power, because he was one of those that led a prayer and he was so passionate, as people say maybe he's getting more money because the prayer was much more higher than the rest of the team that went to visit Tinubu. I come back now to you in the studio.
Well, when you get money to pray, that when the prayer goes high, 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 you put all the tones in it. Well, listeners, interesting one. Endorsement of candidates. Someone would say, well, it's the right of anybody to decide, I want to vote for this one, I endorse this one, but we shouldn't have a banter on that. But the question is, who would you actually vote for? I mean, if we have to go for that election, well, Amaya says government controls all the political space, all right? And it says that Kanu was one of our Arsenal invincible squad in the 90s with beating record, the likes of Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira. Yes, we remember Kanu very, very well. So maybe he did him good, and he's also saying, well, thumbs up for what he did. I think that he'll be a good president. But at age 70, he is supposed to be alleged to be 70 years. That's what he says. But we know people are saying that he's more than that. Maybe he has taken 10 years off his age. Who knows?
Just like Olatunja officer said, the birth certificate in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. They are all fake. There's no genuine database of birth and death certificate in Nigeria. And also the last one before we finish, when I come to you in the studio, Kingsley Ozegbo, US is getting rich every day, and they are telling poor people to boycott Russian goods. Who is foolish?
That's a good question there. Well, listeners, Yomi has brought to the end the update from Nigeria. But Yomi, before you go,
well, don't touch the dial here. You still have Archie and Frank and the rest of the team that will be joining, as well as our own from Cyprus that will be discussing HRH Linda Perlin and the rest of the team. This is Star Radio UK. I'll be back again same time tomorrow at 11 o'clock. But you can follow us on all our social media handles. I say, have a very good morning, good afternoon to those of you listening to us in Nigeria, and bye for now.
Bye. Thank you very much for that update. Well, listeners, that was Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. Amayo, before we play a music, says, I vote for referendum and Yoruba independence. Well, he said that's what he's going to vote for. What about you? What do you think? Well, let's take this song from the one and only Raskimono. Well, he says what? Under pressure. Nigeria under pressure. The whole world under pressure. As one of the communicators or one of the our listeners did comment there, it says, well, Russia, the US is getting richer by the day. Then they're telling you sanctions and therefore don't buy anything from Russia now, and we are becoming poorer. So what do you think about all that? Yeah, cutting your nose to spite your face. What do you think? Well, enjoy this music and I'll be with you in a moment. Stay tuned. Don't you go away.
Yeah, man. I have been compelled to sing to this rhythm after seeing all what's going in Africa.
pressure by the late Raskimono from Nigeria. Is Nigeria under pressure? The whole world under pressure now. But it's now time for us to look at some of the other stories making the rounds across the globe. It's now 6 minutes to the top of the hour. That's 6 minutes to 12 from the House of London. Wherever you are, don't touch the dials. Keep your dials to the Long Run Star Radio UK. And thank you very much to each and every one of you who is tuning in, especially those of you who watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Those of you who are joining us from Nigeria, from let me say from the African continent, because I know it costs you an arm and a leg, yet you do so, and we are so grateful to you. Every time I come on, I do say that, and I, from the depth of my heart, I want to say thank you very much for your support on this program. All right, on this for this station as well. But it's now time for us to go look at some of the other stories making the rounds. Now, this morning, I was going through some of the stories that is making the rounds in Ghana. I'm just going to put that one across, and then I'll move on to some of the other stories from here and other parts of the world. And I want to have your take on that. Now, when the first president took office in Ghana, that is the late Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he had only 12 ministers. All the 12 ministers who formed Ghana's first government and Nkrumah. I know most of you know their names and all that. Kominini from there. Somebody will say they did perform very good. All right, looking at infrastructure that were put in place when it comes to education, things that were done. Some will say they had the resources, then that's why they managed to do all those. Fine. Even if you don't have the resources, the fact that you are able to go for a loan means that you've got the resources to do whatever you want to do, right? So let's say you don't have it in your bank, but you can still go for a loan to do it. Now we see from thence what government appointees just climbing up, or ministers climbing up and up and up and up. Now, when it comes to the current government in Ghana, I mean, I think they are the ones that that government has appointed lots of ministers and its branches. Do I have anything of the sort? Well, so that is what seems to be happening. But the question is, how has a large government appointees, or how has a large government appointment help or destroy the economy of Ghana? Because a large appointment, okay, so you think that, okay, say that two heads are better than one, and then therefore you get lots of people having lots of hands on a job, and it can be done expeditiously, okay? But this is the case where when we have lots of hands, it's rather causing things to collapse. And in economics, what did they term it? I want somebody to tell me that. I've forgotten the term that is used in that, when you have more hands doing just a job for maybe two. Okay, what did they term it? I've forgotten the term that we use. Can somebody put it on our listener? When maybe 10 people are doing the job of 2 people, and therefore diminishing returns. That is what we get, diminishing returns. Is that what is happening to the country? Maybe we should have just stuck with just a handful of ministers and then let them run with it. And maybe we would have gotten better, because again, if you look at the overheads when it comes to ministers and all the things, their pegs and whatever they have to get, and blah 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 blah, then you know that we are in for trouble from the word go. But what do you think about that? I want you to add your voice to the discussions. Do you think the large government appointees, has rather brought about a diminishing return? Or maybe if they were a handful, because of the population now, I mean, they will not be able to go about their duties doing what they're supposed to do, or deliver on whatever they're supposed to deliver. I want to have your word on that, or your take on that. Starr Radio UK. Let me open the lines now. 0208-133-2257 or 58. 0208-133-2257 or 58. And those of you in the US, Canada, Caribbean, and South American area, you can also call us on 0017183032737, 0017183032737. And those of you who want to text or WhatsApp as well, it is 0753-966-1744, 0753-966-1744. Our Twitter handle is @Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. Okay, I think I've got Mr. Kofi Ali online. Before I move on to other stuff, let's go straight to him. Kofi, good morning, sir. Good morning to you. How are you?
Oh, good morning. I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, my brother Frank is not on the seat today.
Yes, he's not in today. He's doing.
We've not heard the voice of Kojo.
Yes, Kojo. Mondays, it's not likely to be on because he goes into the office on Monday, so that's why he's not on it. Yeah.
You see, I'm sure. In fact, there is a problem. I don't know whether it's from your side or my side, and the problem has to do with internet connection.
Okay.
I don't know whether my internet is on, but I can't get your this thing is frozen. Your Facebook is frozen, and maybe it's from my side.
It's from your side because I've got about 3 monitors here, and they are all working. Yeah,
so it might be my side.
It might be from your side. Maybe because you are driving, so maybe the internet. The waves. Keep on dropping and stuff like that. Yeah.
I tried to tune in it's also frozen, so it's possible it's my side.
Yeah.
But so I tried calling and I was able to go through. Quickly, I want to touch on something. This information or obsession around the number of ministers.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we are being real or we are it's just an emotion. Because sometimes you see in politics, issues people can throw something at people just to play on their emotion.
Yeah.
What they are saying, the reality is not taken into consideration. So when you have people like I was saying, the Psychiatric Republic of Ghana, where we politics is too much of our emotion than our that is our heart than our brain. See, as at 1960, we are talking about ministers of Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come in to say we should stop confusing United States with Ghana, China with Ghana. And people don't understand me. Let me take a good case here. Let's just take a good year. As at 1960, what is the population of Ghana when Kwame Nkrumah took over?
Go on.
It's not even up to 2 million.
Okay.
Go and check. Yes. So at that time, indeed, and of that 2 million, how many people are urban? Most of the people are in the bush. We really don't care. Import doesn't mean much to us. You understand? But what indeed Kwame Nkrumah did a lot. Nobody can doubt that. You understand?
Yeah.
However, he brought in the Russians who did most of the work. So Ghanaians managers are very few and mostly laborers. Good. He built a port. He built Tema. He did wonderful. Nobody can discredit that. But most of the work at that time, he was sending Ghanaians to go out and learn.
Yeah.
Most of those who have gone to learn are now back. Most actually didn't come back because he was overthrown. Good. Whether they came back or they didn't come back, what is the population of Ghana today? We are talking about 27 million people. And now we have so many departments, so many educated people, so many things. Can you see? Transport, it is, and that. So at the time of Kwame Nkrumah, most of if you talk about transport department, what do? They just go and come back because the population is very few and they are not trapped. Today is complicated, very, very complicated. So if we are sitting down to say that at 1960 we had just 8 ministers and now we have 100 ministers, we are neither here nor there. The reason why we are all crying about ministers, we are not going back to talk about why we are crying about too many ministers. The problem is not the too many ministers. The problem is the result, the benefit we are getting from the too many ministers. I don't know whether you understand.
Okay, yeah. I'm looking at that. Yeah, I get that. Okay, just a quick one for our listeners because we are educating them as well. As at the time Ghana got independent, the population was 6 million people. Okay, yes, go on.
6 million. 6 million is big, but how many of them are urban?
Yeah.
Now, Ghanaians by their majority are urban dwellers. If you go to the most remote part of Ghana, there's a teacher there. Now, at that time, most of them really even they go to farm. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, Ghana, we have really by the international and the global change, we have moved far than we are. The question most people don't ask is that why is the productivity of this generation? Because our productivity is bad.
Okay.
Why is our productivity poor, still poor? Because if your population is big, your ministers will naturally be big, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And your schools will be big, your hospitals will be big, everything will be complicated. So you cannot put one department under one person. Each department will have its managers. What result are we getting from these managers? That is what we should be asking for. And why are we not getting a return from them? For example, if you have electricity during the time of Kamikuma, how many people use electricity in Ghana?
Yeah, they didn't have the equipment even to
they don't have television, they don't have radio. Most of them are rural. They don't really need electricity. They do their bola bola. Yeah, their waste is simple waste. They decompose biological. Right now, these people are modern people. Is that not true? So you expect the consumption of these people to go with their productivity proportionately. In other words, the electricity they will be consuming will be high, but by now they will be producing the parts of the electricity. Can you see? We import everything. Everything is imported. We don't have even military industries. They don't do anything. They are just there, and when one nut goes rusty, they just clean it up. It's finished. Can you see? Our military, they just learn how to drive the armored car. Finish. They can't manage anything. We need to go and call the white man again. These are things we should be talking about. Can you see? Why are we still at the 1960s stage? Why do we need someone to come and build a factory for us so that we can build? So that we can be able to turn our cocoa into chocolate. Why are we not right now at this time Ghana manufacturing our own helicopter? Even assembly, we can't assemble them. Can you see? These are issues we should be talking about. But then we have so many ministers in the office. They just sit there. Everybody knows they don't do anything because in Ghana everybody move one what do you call it? One file from one office to the other. That's all they do. They all pretend. Can you see? But we cannot afford as a nation to say we don't have ministers that are needed. We can't, because the world has changed. Now, in the past, a car will be at the ministry, isn't it? If you need a car, you go and take it.
You just take a car and then
you, a carpool. Now you don't have a carpool. You rent the cars. Every 5 years, those cars condemn, another one comes in. So the cost of managing government is expensive. Can you see? And our productivity is not commensurate to the
whatever we are giving to them.
This is what we should be talking about and coming with solutions.
So what do you think? Do you think that maybe there should be a cap saying that every ministry should have this number of maybe ministers, a minister and their deputies, so that it can actually control the cost? Because at the end of the day, it is the taxpayers' money that is being used, which could have been used for something else. What do you think?
There's no something else. We are talking about managing poverty here. Cap, yes, if we have a cap, everybody will say it will be good if you can have a cap. There is an abuse of the position. Nobody will say it doesn't exist. You know, creating job for the boys, especially that so-called useless thing they call deputy ministers. I can't stand it when there are directors all over the place. I also have a problem with that. However, you understand, whatever we do, business of government is an expensive business. Can you see? What are we talking about when we mean job creation? Is it job creation that makes Britain and America the beneficiary of the jobs we are creating, rather than we ourselves being part of the jobs we are creating? You understand? So job creation must be. I mean, if we produce cocoa has so many things that comes with the output, like gold, like timber. You understand? Why do we export this thing and import them again? Then we import the finished goods. That exactly was why we were colonized, because those colonizers needed raw material. Do you understand? And we are still supplying the raw material. And raw materials don't fetch you anything. So a lot of fan. Do you know we don't make fan in Ghana? Pressing iron, we don't make it. Microwave, we don't make it. Television, we don't. These are simple, basic, consumable items. Talk less of the machine that makes the machine. Can you see? We need to all sit back and ask ourselves. We can't continue to pretend we are not part of this global struggle. We are part of it. Can you see? But let me tell you one thing. There is something we call glass ceiling. Have you heard about the word glass ceiling before? What is a glass ceiling? Glass ceiling, like if you put a bed, you understand, in a glass compartment, but then the glass itself is outside, you can see the sky. Because the brain of the bed doesn't see the glass. He will jump. When he jumps, the glass will hit him and he'll come back. You understand? Good. It's like a room and there is glass but windows. You see that every time he go near the window, he hits the thing and fall back. His brain doesn't work. He will do it, and at that point in time, he becomes frustrated, exhausted. Can you see? There is a glass ceiling on how we'll be able to break into this mess. But we, because we are a psychiatric republic, even if you explain, they can't understand how we break the glass ceiling. Can you see?
So how do you think we can break the glass ceiling?
Let me give you a good example. Look at what is going on between Ukraine and Russia. What do you think is going on? Ukraine, you understand, and Russia were in the Soviet Union. I don't know whether I've said this on your platform.
Yeah. They were.
When they were in the Soviet Union, they were one family. They share a common ideology. When Ukraine came out of the Soviet Union, when the Soviet Union broke, remember Russia was the dominant party in the Union.
Yeah.
When the whole thing broke up, then it looked like the Ukrainians now are looking for another version of their security. They want a different model to approach their destiny in a different way. You understand? And the Russians are telling them that no, you can't just go like that. Whatever happened, we used to be one and we must be one forever. Can you see? Let me take your mind to 1960. When we had independence, how many factories do we have in Ghana?
Not sure about it at all.
We only have a railway line that takes raw material to the sea, and the road that takes to the sea. And the education you can get in Ghana is at the minimum level so that you can be taking the file when the white man wants you to take the file. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That is all we have. When Kwame Nkrumah came in, you understand, and we had that with an independent, though we call ourselves republic, we are not directly under the queen, you understand? Which is why the Nkrumah say we want to be republic. And when we got the republic, Nkrumah realized that we need these industries and we needed them now quickly, you understand?
Yeah.
Because the population are going to grow. So what Kwame Nkrumah did was to start going towards the Russians. And the Russians were ready to build industries for us. Can you see?
Yeah.
What did the British did? They and their allies said that Kwame Nkrumah is leaving the club, the cluster, you know, understand? So we are independent, but really there's a glass ceiling on us. And we need to do what we were doing even before independence. And if we have to change anything, we must change it with the consent of the British. We can't decide on our own. And we are even going to leave them to go and join their enemy, who are the Russians, the Soviet Union. Do you know they put sanction on us?
Yeah.
And they told Kwame Nkrumah to leave. Today we sit there every day, we'll be crying, Kwame Nkrumah did well, Kwame. But we forgotten why they told him to leave and they pushed the Matimi people to remove him. Because then they want to be governed, whatever. And Ghanaians were suffering because of the sanction. All Kwame Nkrumah wants is a good price for his cocoa. He beat silos. He said, give me a good price and I sell to you. We are not charity.
Yeah.
What did they do? They removed him, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what they've done all this while. Yeah.
Do you think, like Gaddafi, if Kwame Nkrumah did not go to that China and he ended up there was a coup when he was not at home, do you think these people will not come the way they remove it there? I mean,
they would have. Done that.
It's not the first time it's happening. Regime change is happening on the continent of Africa. They will come on the ground, force by force. You will see white people who have painted their faces blacks and they will shoot you. Look at what they went to do in Libya.
Yeah.
They destroy everything. Can you see? That is what we call glass ceiling. They have got the technology. They don't want us to have it.
Yeah. So that we'll be begging
the
all the
technology,
time.
so that every day we go to them. One day NDC was there. Do you know how much they took in Eurobond? We have forgotten, isn't it? They went to IMF, take loan. When they couldn't get it from the IMF because they needed loan so that they can keep the city afloat. You understand?
Yeah.
They needed foreign currency. They went to Europeans, and the Europeans, you know the way you buy treasury bill in Ghana,
yeah,
sold by Bank of Ghana. That is how we went to buy. We were buying the bond, but it's by the Europeans. The EU bank sell it to us. Can you see? So that we will now use the same money to buy their things from them so that we can keep our city afloat. That loan the NDC took, they thought we have forgotten. Wait, put Ghana, the interest on the loan is what we are paying now. Do you see? And now they are telling us that the MPP who are also taking the same poison, they are bad, so we should remove them and bring them. When we bring them, the same thing is what they are coming to do. And we say, how can we remove this case from all of us, from this psychiatric republic? Don't we have, you know, when they say a person is mad, you understand? Someone you say is mad, you give him a basket. There is a saying that give him a basket and you know whether he's mad or not. You'll be pouring this water into the same basket. If you give him, the raffia basket.
Yeah.
And when you come and then the next time just give him plastic basket. He will do the same thing because his brain doesn't tell him that this thing is going out. He cannot. He feel this is a container. He must feel it. That is the way the brain of a psychiatric patient works. If every day we don't have anything, the NDC have done the same thing. These people is doing the same thing. Kwame Kuma the same thing. Busia the same thing. Everybody the same thing. Can't we have a common sense to understand that when everyone is doing the same thing, something is fundamentally wrong, and that class ceiling we must find an answer to? Do you understand me now? The Europeans have set that trap for us.
Okay, listen.
The Europeans
Go on.
have set, you see, they have put us into a kind of a glass house. That no wonder we are stupid, but they have frustrated us that we have become mad. Mad. When I say mad, psychiatric, we are mad. And we have people who are entertaining us within the madness. Today they will come with some stupidity, and all of us will join them. And then tomorrow they will come with some stupidity, and all of us will join. You understand? Some people have to get up to say, look, there is something seriously wrong. Why can't we all find a solution to it and address?
Okay.
Rather than saying that, then we sit down, then you have people who will be analyzing issues. Like even President Mahama said, we have very short memories. You remember?
Yeah.
He said Ghanaians, their memory is short because we've forgotten what what brought Rawlings to government. We have forgotten that the man couldn't even buy ordinary cigarette. Ordinary cigarette. That is what led to that coup. You remember?
Yeah.
Achampon and then his colleagues.
Yeah.
And why do you think led Achampon to remove Busia? It's the same thing. Why do you think from everybody the same story? But because our brain doesn't work properly, we can't understand that it's the same thing we've been doing all the while. Can you see? And this is why people like Kofi Ali have taken it upon ourselves not to allow ourselves to go into the box. There's a kind of pattern of thought, you understand? That if you are not following that pattern of thought, people are nearly even going to tell you are no more a Ghanaian. You are, in fact, the only madman in Ghana is Kofi Ali. I feel when I'm in Ghana, you know, I heard what you were saying in your introduction. You remember what you said? You said thank you to those in Ghana who are able to watch the program and be part of the program. To be honest with you, internet is very, very expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Very. And when you buy the internet, government also take tax on it too.
Yeah.
So when you buy 350, you pay 500 because 150 is going for the taxation. They will give you receipt for that. I was buying Vodafone. They give you your license. You understand?
Yeah.
Some of us are saying that. Hold it to. Why in Ghana must internet be expensive?
Okay, listeners, that is Mr. Kofi Ali for you. I think he's in the midst of some conversation there as well.
Yeah, I'm having my car washed, so they
Okay.
want to know how much.
Okay.
So you see, the whole thing is very simple. We are saying that we need to break, and this is what Kwame Nkrumah said. Do you remember Kwame Nkrumah?
Mm-hmm.
The same problem all of them are having, and he says something. This independence will be meaningless until we link it with the total liberation of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not true?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
We should, now, what does it mean? And this is where when we come to say this is the next level, people say, boy, Kofi Ali, boy.
Okay, Kofi, say the next level, and then we can just summarize on some of the other issues before Linda comes up, please. Yes.
There is a lady called Hannah Bisu.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah Louisa Bisu, an NDC woman organizer.
Yeah.
She was given a position in ECOWAS. And when they gave her the position, then we said, this person is going about saying that her position is, she was democratically elected. And we say, no, you are not democratically elected, you were appointed. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
If it's democracy, then it's democracy by the back door, which we disagree with. If you feel this position is very important, do you understand?
Yeah.
Why don't we give it the importance it deserves by allowing Ghanaians, if it is democratic, then Ghanaians must have a say. The woman has a problem with that. So our version of democracy is different from normal human beings' democracy. When you go to the ECOWAS. Is that what you have to do things? You know the woman even went on air insulting me.
Because you said they didn't vote for her.
I said she was not democratically elected. When the ECOWAS itself is not democratic, how can you be democratic? The ECOWAS that is telling Mali, is telling Niger, Burkina Faso, is telling Guinea to be democratic. The ECOWAS is like Commonwealth, it's like United Nations. It's not democratic.
So, Kofi, if somebody asks you the question that, look, these people who are, let's say, appointed to go there, they have been nominated or have been elected into the Houses of Parliament, and then they are nominated from there to go and represent us there. So it's it's a nomination from this the country. Do you think that, or it's an election from their country? Do you think that it's not the same?
President Xi, he was elected by the Communist People's Party.
Yeah.
Members, CPP. Is that democratic in China?
Now they will tell you that it's democratic.
The way to understand democracy. The members of House of Lords in the UK or the members of the Council of State in Ghana, you understand? They are elected.
Yeah.
But is that election democratic? Somebody elect somebody and somebody go and elect somebody and somebody go and elect. Is that democracy? Can you see? So the Chief Justice of Ghana, you understand, and all the Supreme Court judges, when they are given the nod by the president, they go to the parliament sit down, and then the committee will question them, you understand, like the ministers, and when they finish, they will vote on that, and then the majority by the number, even if they are 10, will end up giving the person a nod to go and do the job. Is that an election? Is that how we vote for the president of Ghana and the parliamentarians of Ghana?
Okay, so you want us to have like election like what we were having for the EU here, so that members of parliament.
Common sense must be common, like my teacher, Mr. Kojo Bimpo, Kwesi Pimpo. He said common sense is common, but not common to common people. Can you see? Let us vote for these people. You see the members of the Ghana Parliament. I know you know most of them. You know their names. A Council of State. How many of them do you know their names? I don't even know you know anything about them. Nobody, we didn't vote for them. Those who voted for them, you vote for someone to go and vote for someone to go and vote for someone. By the time they get up there, it's like putting your money in the bank and they are using it to run what do you call it, ammunition. The bank is making the decision on your behalf. It's not democratic. That is not that is not the reason why you put your money into the bank. Can you see?
Yeah.
As a Muslim, you put your money down, they go and use it to create a brewery. And in your religion, it's illegal. Why? Because you gave your money to the bank. If they ask you to give your money directly to the brewery factory, you say no. Allah says it's haram. Can you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you gave it to somebody to go and give it to somebody, to go and give it to somebody. Then you end up with your vote wrongly used. Your own interest becomes secondary. But when you know that I am voting for this man, I'm voting for Boris Johnson from my constituency to go to Parliament in the UK, and when he gets there, he knows 4 years is coming back to me. Honestly, he will be thinking about you every day sleeping.
Okay.
That is
I
the
get that.
of democracy.
I get that bit there.
Because 4 years he will come back.
Yeah.
If he doesn't perform, he will not go to that parliament again. And he wants to go there. So he will meet your need.
So that you can vote for him
Donald
again.
Trump will do everything. He will go naked for Americans to vote for him. Members of the American Congress, they will go naked for Americans to vote for them. EU, they will go naked for the people to vote for the parliamentarians because the parliamentarians go back to them. Nigel Farage will do everything with their lives. But these ones, we don't vote for them. No, I don't mention one of them that you know.
Hanabisu. Just let's run up on that.
You see, you must be a member of Ghana Parliament. You understand?
Yeah.
For you to be a member of ECOWAS Parliament.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Hanabisu is not a member of Ghana Parliament. So nobody will know the office she's given. Why useless inter-party office they give it?
Okay.
And she says she's elected.
Yeah. Could we run up, please? Yeah.
We need to educate ourselves. It is the ECOWAS that will break this glass ceiling. I'm tell you about.
Okay.
They need the ability. Can you understand? The power. That is why Ukraine wanted to join the EU. Because the EU has got the capability, the democratic system that allow them to vote for who they want. Can you see?
Yeah.
So that is why Ukraine wants to join. We have got this thing because Ghana can never join the European Union. Even if you want it, they will allow us. Even if you want it, look at how they were treating those from Ukraine. They're giving them everything. You let us have a war and come here. They will put us, even we will not cross the water. So they don't like us, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't like Nigerians. They don't like Senegalese. Then we say, okay, they don't want us to be part of them. We are beggars. Let us form our association of beggars, but let's just make it properly. And that one too, we are stupid around it.
Okay, Kofi, we have to go. Thank you very much for that submission. Well,
I'm sure your listeners and Kojo and everyone will understand. Please, until we understand, nobody hates an abuse. This is how ECOWAS does a thing. The last time the president of Ghana was made the chairman of ECOWAS, you understand? And he go about crying that he's going to church and he's rejoicing that he has been elected. We say you are not elected. I wrote an article on that. You understand?
Yes.
If you believe in democracy, let's do proper democracy. What they are doing is like you are playing football and some people are using juju.
Okay, Kofi, we have to go. We need to prepare the way for Linda to come on as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Let me go back to the internet to know what is happening.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, then. You're welcome.
And if the opportunity allows itself, I'll call back.
Okay.
Me, I won't talk about anything. It's the same thing. By the time I go around, Frank know very well. I come back to the same place.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kofi Ali. All right, then. So that was Mr. Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin adding his voice to the discussions that is making the rounds. Well, before Linda comes on, a couple of stories. We are not sabotaging government business. We are abiding by Supreme Court ruling. Akando is saying minority blocks loans agreement there, and that is pertaining to the e-levy, and the fact that the minority are now saying that, well, if we don't form a quorum, nothing can go on. We cannot approve that. And that is impacting government negatively. And government is saying that, well, you guys are sabotaging us. And they are saying they are not doing so. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In a minute's time, we'll be joining HRH. Now, nothing any. Nazanin Radcliffe is holding her first news conference since her release. We'll be bringing you more on that tomorrow, God willing, once we come back on the show. And then Russia strike hits Kiev shopping center. At least 8 people die at shopping center in the Ukrainian capital. It's hit in a series of loud explosions in Kiev. Now, China plane carrying 132 people crashed in hills. And more information from there say that China Eastern Airline Boeing 737 was flying from Kunming to Zhangzhou when it came down in Guangxi province and caught fire. It is feared there are no survivors, but the number of casualties and reasons for the crash are not yet known. Chinese airlines generally have a good safety record. The last major accident took place 12 years ago. And to those who have lost their lives, we say may their souls rest in perfect peace. Okay, that's where I bring the first part of the program to a close. We'll now be crossing over to Cyprus, where we have the one and only HRH Linda Palliam, who is going to be bringing you Career 101. Don't you go away. Like I said, SS from Nazanin Radcliffe's interview. I promise you, I'm bringing that your way tomorrow. So on that note, I say thank you very much. But now it's time for us to go to Cyprus. And it is time for the Career 101. So let me say, Linda, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very, very well. And you?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Great. How was your weekend?
Oh, wow. My weekend has been incredible.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. So far as we've had an incredible weekend, that's what we like the most. Yes, we apologize to listeners for your inability to join us last week there as well. But thank God today you are with us. So, what are we looking at today?
So today we're looking at 13 steps to acing your career. 13 steps to making sure that you have a name for yourself, to making sure that you're progressing in the career that you've chosen, or how to boost it so that you're remembered and irreplaceable.
Okay. So 13 steps to
acing your career.
Acing your career. Okay.
Bossing your career.
Yes, Frank was suggesting maybe you add another one to it, but it just went now. I don't know which one. So he should have waited for you to come up with all your 13 steps, and then you think, oh, we need an additional one. Maybe what he's suggesting, you might have it on. But 13 steps to acing your career. We are going straight to Linda for that. Okay, over to you. What are the steps?
I'm really curious to hear what Frank's suggestion was. I hope that I've got it here, but we'll see.
Yeah. He's listening. So maybe once you enumerate them and he doesn't find his in there, then he's going to tell you which one it is.
Nice. Okay. So 13 steps to ace your career, and this is really for those of you who perhaps are struggling to get recognized for what you do or get paid your value or looking to take your business to the next stage. These are some of the things that the top people in your field are doing that is making them stand out, that's making them liked, that's making them remembered. So if you can incorporate even a few of these into your career, you'll see a difference, a noticeable difference in how you're perceived and the credibility that you are afforded when you do these. So the first step we want to talk about is innovative, and this also applies to businesses, by the way. If you've started your own business or you're looking to start something, this is definitely these steps you could definitely use to distinguish yourself in the marketplace. So the first thing we said was innovative. In a somewhat crowded marketplace, innovation can be anything from what your CV looks like, how you approach someone about wanting a job. You know, we've heard of people who've done very interesting things, you know, whether you've got to review a website for a company to ask for a job, or you've sent flowers, or whatever it is. But being innovative and doing really bringing something new into the game will really stand you in good stead for your career. If you're applying, be innovative in the way you describe your skills, be innovative in the way you showcase what you can do. Some of these things, I've spoken at length about these in a lot of talks. Some of these things could be the layout of your CV. It could be there was an idea in business as well that I'm trying to get at, but I'll get to it in a minute.
Okay.
It's just slipped my mind. The second thing is your mindset and the way you approach people. So if you think that you can, you will, and if you think that you can't, you won't. You know, it's always a no if you don't ask. So I really want you to start looking at how do I position myself for success, and that would just be building yourself up in some of the things that you've done in the past. You know, I've been able to do this in my previous job. I can do this here. I don't have the right experience now, but in looking after my kids or whatever I did at home, I've been able to do this. Therefore, this is evidence that I can do this in my work life. In a business, it's coming up with something new and original and exciting. You know, we're talking about innovation that will grab attention and make you indispensable. The third step is strategic thinking. If you're applying for a job, if you're looking to get a promotion, it's not enough just to do what you're told. You've got to do some future planning in terms of your own career progression. What's the next step for you? And maybe start taking steps towards those things, whether it's sharing with your manager some of the experience you'd like to have or some of the trainings you'd like to have, but being strategic in projects you get involved in, even in volunteering, right? Because I was talking to one of my ex-students recently, and she said she started a business as a virtual assistant company. And she said, to begin with, I didn't have experience, but I realized I've been organized all my life. I used to be a treasurer at church and collect the offerings, so I used to raise money. And all of that experience I was able to use to convince clients that I can definitely manage their affairs and manage their money. So start, even if it's volunteering, but start collecting evidence that you can use. So be strategic about the things you get involved in. Number 4, quality over quantity. It makes a lot of sense to say I've been able to do one thing and do it properly than a lot of different things, and you didn't do in-depth work into it. If you've been working for a month here, a month there, or I did this project and that project, start looking at how to really get a quality experience, a wholesome experience, and a full experience.
Rolling Stones Rolling Stones
for sure. Prioritize quality, and especially in the work. If we're talking about this and you're listening to this and you're already in a career, the quality of work that you do in one area, make sure you do it and do it well. A lot of people think, oh, maybe I've got to do all of these tasks, so I'll do this quickly and that. And I'll give an example of one of the assistants I used to have, where when she has tasks, rather than starting one and finishing it, her job was, okay, in the briefing meeting, I'll say, I started working on this and I started working on that. And before you know, there's a lot of incomplete tasks. You know, I've just done a quick overview of this one. We need to go into detail. I've done a quick overview of that one. And then in the grand scheme of things, you're not helpful to anybody because there's so many unfinished projects that it becomes more stressful than if you'd done one and done it properly. So again, applying it to your particular setting or your particular situation, whether it's a career you're in, whether you're looking to go into a career, if you're applying for jobs, focus on the ones that you really want and do a great application rather than sending the same mediocre application to lots of different people. in a business, it's exactly the same thing. You can't be jack of all trades. Master what you do and do it brilliantly and get known for that. And then you can move on to the next one.
Okay, good.
Number 5, we're talking about creating ideas. Creating ideas. Now, being innovative, being a thinker is priceless. We've said in the era of AI, in the era of machines and robotics, the one skill that we have over everyone else is your creativity, your ability to generate ideas. So focus on that and showcase them as much as you can, whether it's in your portfolio, whether it's in your resume, whether it's in a podcast you do, whether it's joining a panel discussion, whatever makes sense in your industry, or even in a social media post. But create some of these ideas. And it doesn't matter if they all don't work. They're not supposed to. You just need one idea that works. Right? Most people who've been great inventors have had several products that have just not made it. And then there's the one thing that works. So creating ideas really will stand you in good stead to ace in your career. And then we've got strategic risk taking. Now this is a sensitive one for most people because a lot of people are funny about the word risk. And we have to start getting comfortable with the word because it's a part and parcel of our life. You know, living is a risk because you risk in dying. Sleeping, you're risking not waking up. You know, just nature.
I won't sleep. I will open my eyes.
You're not going to stay awake all day. Yeah, all night. So we really have to embrace that this is a part of life and normalize it as much as possible. But we've said strategic risk taking. So as long as you can show that you take a calculated risk, which aligns with what your overall goal, what you're trying to achieve in your career or in your business, then go for it. And when we talk about risk taking, it's maybe applying for a job, having the guts to leave a comfortable job to really go after what you want, or really go ask for that pay rise or promotion, or start that business, whatever it is for you. But do your due diligence, make sure you've covered all the bases, you have an exit strategy, you're asking the right people as well. I can't stress enough, you have to ask the right people. Be careful who you take advice from. Because if you're going to try and buy an airplane, for example, there's no point in asking someone who doesn't own an airplane if they think it's a good idea.
Somebody who owns bikes. Go talk to somebody who owns bikes.
They haven't done it before. They might have the best interest at heart, but they're not the best person to ask. Go and ask somebody who's done it before, and exactly the same thing. And it's the same with getting your CV checked by someone in the job.
Yeah.
They got the job, but it doesn't mean they had the best CV.
Yeah.
Ask someone who does that and specializes in that, and they'll be able to show you maybe where your CV isn't converting. So really, in terms of risk taking, make sure if you're going to do your due diligence, you're doing it properly to the best of your ability.
Okay.
And then
Linda, hold on, so that listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is Career 101 with HRH Linda Palian all the way in Cyprus, and today we are looking at 13 steps to acing your career, and she's put some of the steps there. You have any comments about it, feel free, put it on our Facebook page, we'll read them. If not, she'll be putting her contact details once the whole program is over, and then get in touch with her and she will guide you through that. Okay, so stay tuned, she continues from there. Over to you, Linda.
Thank you. So in the 13 steps, we've spoken about being innovative, having the right mindset. We've spoken about having a great strategy to go with what you're trying to achieve, prioritizing quality over quantity, and creating ideas, and risk taking. So that's 6 already. Strategic risk taking. And next step, and seventh step, is building relationships. In every career, in every business, in every vocation or project, you're going to be working with people. So it makes sense to understand how people work, what their preferences are, how to build a relationship with them to make it a seamless process. So definitely build the right relationship. If you're looking to get a promotion or pay rise, build the right relationships with the right people who can advise you on how to get that. So whatever your goal is, make sure that the relationship you're building aligns with your goal or furthers you on your journey. If you're looking for fulfillment, relationships with mentees and charity work, whatever it is, that will get you the results you're after. Definitely do that. Number 8 is sustainability. So as we're talking about risk taking, we have to look at, in the long term, how effective or efficient is this idea, practice that I'm doing. Okay, we're looking for something that's long term. So if you think, okay, well, it'll get me results in 2 months, but after that, people might lose interest. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I want to start a vlog, or I want to start a podcast, or I want to do this, but then they don't realize, oh, now I'm on leave, 2 weeks leave, so I've got the time to do it. Mm-hmm. But when I go to work, or when I start a family, or whatever it is, life also happens. How sustainable is it for me to keep doing it this way? Mm-hmm. And if not, then maybe every day, coming on a podcast every day isn't feasible, but maybe every week is. So you want to set yourself up for success. It's like building New Year's goals, right? If you say, I'm going to go to the gym every day, mm-hmm. and you've never been before, you're setting yourself up for failure. So make it sustainable for you, according to what else is happening in your life. And with your goals, with your career goals, exactly that. Is it feasible? Is it sustainable for you to become a manager if you've only got 3 years experience and the top manager and be running your own field? Probably not. Or maybe you're going to have to invest X amount of hours or X amount of money or X amount of time. Do you have that realistically? Number 9, advertise. Advertise. And I say that, and a lot of career people are thinking, well, that's for businesses. You have to advertise yourself. Everyone is a product, everyone is providing a service. So advertising means showing, in your career sense, will be showing what you're capable of, showing what you've already done, but being your own advert of your services and the value you provide. You have to be able to effectively communicate that in a way that people can see the value that you bring to the table. Even if it's volunteer work, you're going to have to either showcase in your portfolio, give some examples, create a brand for yourself and show some brand examples, but really talk about what your successes are, what your wins are, as well as anything else that will help convert someone to give you that pay rise or the promotion, or hire you for their service, or give you the contract, or work with you on a certain project, whatever it is, but definitely advertise. If you're not showing that you're looking for a job, 70% of the jobs are not advertised. How are they supposed to find you? You want to be talking about it to everyone you know. That is advertising yourself as well. Oh, I've just started this new side hustle, and I'm looking. If you know anybody who is looking for this service, please ask them to contact me. But at any given point, you should be advertising your services. Your manager, I've just worked on this project, what I really learned is this, and the best thing is I've been able to add this value, which was above and beyond what I was required. Remind people what you've done, because they're not going to remember it by themselves. You have to be your own cheerleader, right? Number 10, business culture. Okay, so again, for a business, it's really creating that environment, welcoming environment that people will want to work with. for you as an individual in your career, it's part of your brand and your personality and how you work. Whether you're punctual or you're not, whether you're communicative or you're not, whether you think outside of the box or not, but creating that culture around you that people want to be a part of. People want to work with you because of that. People want to engage with you because of that. Will stand you in good stead for advancing your career. If you're a magnetic person that shows that they really care and they can get the job done, naturally everybody will want you as part of their team. So really understanding that you need to build a culture around you, around your business, around your services that adds to your unique proposition, that would really stand you in good stead in being different and standing out and acing your career. And then finally, people, the last 3 steps, people, building relationships. We've spoken about building relationships with people, but also working with the right people. Who you choose to work with or choose to associate with, again, will either enhance your brand or take away from it. So understanding who the right fit of people are for you. And then growth prospects and growing, personal development, professional development, keep increasing your knowledge, keep perfecting your craft, honing your craft. And again, that will help you to grow your career much quicker. And finally, number 13, which is my favorite, is creating a wow experience. Really with surprises, with going above and beyond, with exceeding expectations. Who doesn't want that? Who wouldn't promote that to say, oh, I've employed this person and they started off as this, but they've exceeded all of my expectations and I want them to do more. So in your work, how can you create a wow experience for who you work with? Whether it's your management, whether it's the people that work with you, whether it's the customers. What does a wow experience look like? What would blow their minds? And seek to do that. Because people talk about wow experience. They don't talk about good experiences. They will talk about a very bad experience. They'll be happy with an okay service. But a wow experience, they'll tell everyone. So how can you be that wow person that everybody wants to work with? And once we've done these 13 things, you're well on your way to acing your career. Even if you do a handful of them, pick a handful of them and go to work on them, it will stand you in good stead in acing your career.
Oh, wow. You have that wow experience. You create that wow what environment for that experience to take place. Then I can tell you that you've arrived. But the only way that you can do that is by continuing to listen to HRH Linda Palian and following her, and then she can hold your hand virtually. Let me put it that way. You have to put in an effort, not that so you're going to be spoon feeding you, no. But she can hold your hand, guide you through all that. She's got books that she's written. We'll come to that in a moment. But Linda, one question that I wanted to find out from, I mean, if we want to go through the list, it's quite a long one. But when you talk about the creating of a wow experience, now we have people who, especially ladies, who want to maybe get themselves trimmed up in a way that's their image itself. They look more into that than maybe looking at what is going up here or creativity. Now, how do you balance that up?
Definitely. I think actually from a psychology perspective, when people overcompensate, it shows whether it's looks in rather than what's in your brain. It shows a sort of insecurity that you feel like you're not good enough or your knowledge is not good enough, so you need to overcompensate, and people can see through that. You know, and the same with men too. People tend to exaggerate a particular aspect, and usually material stuff, because that's the easiest to show, rather than focusing on how to really showcase the value they bring them, or the value they possess innately. So definitely it's a very good point. Have a look at whether this wow experience is of value to the end user.
Okay.
It's good enough if you're a lady and you're very pretty, but that's not add to the customer service role that you're going to be doing, for example. Yes, it'll be nice for people to look at you for the first time, but if you can't pass on the message or you can't take they're going to find out. So as well as looking pretty, and obviously image is a huge part of the brand, but make sure that you're the entire package. Otherwise, again, it might take you so far, but so quickly, but bring you back just as quickly. So understand what a wow experience is the whole value, and if you're in doubt if what you're offering is a wow experience, ask the end user, how do you perceive this, and how can I improve on this? What would make you excited?
Yeah. Wow. Well, I've got my wow because she holds my hands all the time, guiding me through the journey. But you want to do so, or you want her to help you on that front, we'll go back to Linda. She's going to put her contact details and talk about the book as well, so that people will know about it. I'm very interested in people knowing about the book, because knowledge is power.
So I'm glad you brought that up, and thank you. I'm really, really excited to mention that the Career series is out and published right now. So we have we have 3 books in the Career series: How to Career, Career Success Tools, and the Career Workbook. And How to Career is based on how to choose the career, how to evaluate opportunities that get presented to you, and really how to know what is aligned to you, what I call your natural path to wealth. Because everybody deserves to be wealthy, everybody deserves to earn as much as possible, get the credibility and the fulfillment, importantly, that you need. So How to Career is that Career Success Tools is hands down the most valuable book out there, and I can say that because I know how much value is in that book. It tells you everything about marketing, building your own personal brand. We've been speaking about that, how to showcase that this is a wow experience we've been talking about, how to deal with people, unconventional ways to approach people, and really it's if you want to build on your career. So How to Career, you identify it. Career success is building on the career, and it goes on from starting from early careers to being a leader, to go into management and authority and influencer in your field, and building a legacy. It's for everybody at any stage of your career. It's available right now on Amazon. If you type in Linda Pallian or Career Success, Linda Pallian Career Success, you'll come up with the book. It's available as an ebook or as a paperback. Definitely recommend the paperback.
Okay.
And then the third book is the Ultimate Career Workbook, and it brings those two together so that you have all in one place a book where you can write all of the steps, interview preparation, prospecting calls, all of the steps, all of the things you're good at. It has a lot of prompts as well. That's the best thing that people say about the book. The prompt to think, oh, okay, what's the objection I'm going to face here? And what am I going to say to it? And it gives you a place to respond to it. And it's a neat and tidy A5 book, so you can take it to any meeting you need. It shows you how to build your brand. It gives you all the steps. It even gives you a decision tree if you should work for free or not. I'm super proud of this book, and I'm really grateful to my team for putting this together. It's amazing.
Wow, listeners, Linda Pallian for you. But your contact details, please.
Absolutely. So you can definitely contact me on my website, lindapallian.com, and you'll find a link to the books there. You can contact me on social media at Linda Pallian, or on my Cheerleader website, or at my Cheerleader as well. And definitely, I would love to hear from you guys. I'm still looking to hear about your career stories. So if you want to be interviewed by me, of course, that builds your brand up as well and showcases it. I've been interviewing people from all over the world, so you get to be a part of this great experience. Definitely contact me any which way: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm there, and I'm there so that you can ask me anything you want.
Well, Linda, let's say thank you very much for that wonderful submission today. Well, you want to know what to do when it comes to your career? How to ace it? Yeah, that is all the information that you need. The books also are available. As she said, get in touch with her. Get in touch with the the contact that she put across to get your hand on the book, and it will help you a great deal. On that note, let me say thank you very much to each and every one of you who tuned in this day to listen to us. Those of you who are still watching, those of you who like watching behind the scenes, my wonderful people. Yeah, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Until I come your way tomorrow morning, once again, God willing, with another edition of the morning show. It's with me, Archie. But remember, this afternoon, exactly 5 o'clock, I will be bringing you the On Point show from Empress Regina Nima. It will be a recorded version. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll be bringing you some reggae tunes from the one and only Dave West as well. So, but this afternoon, there's going to be lots of music as well. I call them mixed drill. So make sure your dials are so logged on Starr Radio UK, where we are all ready for you. But signing up with us this afternoon, something from the Zongo Man. It says, where is the dollar? Where is the dollar? And that's what all African nations and leaders are asking. What the citizens are asking the leaders. But where is the dollar? They go for it all the time. Well, on that note, bye-bye for now. It's with me, Archie, and I say have a blessed day. Bye.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening.
And one man who gets. Hey, hey, hey. 10 men share $10. And one man who gets. It's a disgrace. Where is the dollar? Where is the dollar? Where is the dollar?